There we go. So, had a pretty night so far. But now we can get into the game. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got it. So, second. So, everybody ready for my favorite game? Time to roll some die. Got 12 lucky guesses, but only 6 possible winners. Let's see, first up is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alyssa again. Next up is Eustace. This time it's Machias. Alright, we got... I can never remember what her name is, the princess. And... Sarah. And last but not least, Gaius. Well, that's it everyone. Thanks for playing. Alright, let's get these bonding events out of the way. I'm glad Duke Alberea's arrest ran as smoothly as it did. I hope Otto can find some peace now. I'm sure he will. Arresting the Duke was never going to give the people of Celtic back what they'd lost, but it's the most we could do for them. And I've got you and Valimar to thank for that. Without the two of you, the Duke might still be in power right now. Something wrong? Oh no, I'm fine. Don't mind me. She's definitely got something on her mind. Alyssa, if you got something on your mind, there's no need to keep things bottled up. I'm always here if you need someone to talk to. Typical Reen. Well, maybe not that typical. Usually not this sharp. But you're right. And now that you bring it up, let me ask you a favor.
I do not understand the question.
It's voiced.
I request clarification. You, and not my awakener, wish to board me?
That's exactly what I want to do. Would that be possible? I don't want to use you to fight or anything like Reen does. I just want to see what it's like inside. Just for a little while, if that's okay.
Is that not possible or something? You said they were secondary contractors, so I was thinking it wouldn't be a problem, but maybe I had the wrong idea.
You do not. It is entirely possible for secondary contractors to board me.
Really?
However, only my awakener is able to operate me as intended. There is no comprehensible reason for anyone else to desire access to my interior.
It's okay. I don't need to operate you, honest.
Thanks, Valimar. Can you let her inside then?
As you wish.
Little cramped.
Oh, what? What?
Valimar, did you really have to pick this position?
While I have more than sufficient room for a human and a familiar to ride in comfort, an extra human does put an unforeseen demand on available space. I'm afraid there was not much I could do under the circumstances.
Oh, Valimar.
Oh,
You sly
you are
dog.
so lying.
It's fine. I guess I can make do for a little while. It's kind of weird sitting like this with you, but I guess I am the one who asked for it. I'll live.
Well, if you're alright with it, I'm sure not going to complain, but...
So this is what Valimar looks like on the inside, huh? It's kind of gloomy, isn't it?
Well, there's not much point in having the front screen on when I'm not actually fighting. I have it up often enough these days, but honestly, it doesn't bother me that much. I can see outside fine when I need to.
Oh, right. It's weird to sit here and think of all the battles you fought with Valimar. When you fought those Alliance soldats and against Scarlet and Vulcan, you were right where you're sitting now. Even when you fought with Crow.
The fights are always different, but the scenery in here doesn't change much. I'm usually so caught up in the fight that I don't really pay much attention to what it looks like inside here. Celine and Valimar have helped me a lot though, so I'm getting better at this whole thing, bit by bit.
It's just not fair. We're your classmates and your friends. We're supposed to be fighting alongside each other all the way. But you and Valimar always take on the hardest battles. All we can really do is back you up from the sidelines. And to be honest, it's been on my mind for a while now. It bugs me to feel like we're just not doing enough.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to see what Valimar looked like on the inside?
Yeah. I thought if I could, I'd have a better understanding of what you go through and what it must be like. Looking around, it feels even more isolated than I expected. Lonely, even. Seeing all the things you do from the outside, then seeing what it looks like on the inside, I have to wonder, are you okay with the way things are? Are you okay with putting yourself on the line over and over like this? Shouldering such a huge burden all alone, and even the burden of those lives you weren't able to save?
Lisa, I've never once felt like I was fighting those battles alone. You said it yourself, right? I've got all of you backing me up, either on the ground or on the Courageous. Sure, you're not inside Valimar with me, but I know you all have my back. That's why I can keep fighting day after day.
Just learn to pilot a soldat.
It's not so different from our days at
Then
wars.
you can fight alongside Rain.
Well...
You don't have to worry about me, Elisa. As long as I know you're all there, and that I can look forward to seeing you again after each operation, I'll fight my hardest, and I'll come home the victor. All I ask is that you keep me in your heart, and lend me your aid.
Always, Reen. Just don't go doing anything too reckless in here, okay? You're really important to all of us. But especially to me, so...
Elisa...
Lock.
What is it, Valimar?
I have detected an abnormal increase in your heart rates. Maintaining optimal health is ideal. I recommend rest and a medical examination.
No, it's okay. We're fine. We're doing... great.
Yeah, never felt better. Thanks for worrying about us, Valimar.
After taking a moment to unfluster themselves, Reen and Alyssa disembarked from Valimar. And while feeling slightly embarrassed, more than a little awkward, they made their way back to Briahard. Level 5. Alright, next up was Eustace, who's currently at his mansion. Gotta make sure I don't accidentally continue the story somehow. The size of this place never ceases to amaze me. Both the Duke and Scarlet are being held here, I think. It'll just leave Eustace to be last. Just in case. Alright, so let's head to the... what? There we go. Find out where Machias is. There you are. Uses his reach and actions had me thinking. If my father stepped from the path of righteousness, would I be able to do the same thing Usus did? Would you? I don't even want to think about it. It couldn't have been easy for him, of course. It'd take a lot of strength to stand up to your father like that. I'm sure our support is helping him make it through. He might not say it, but I think he appreciates us being here. Might be right. Aside from our support in helping him, he's so full of himself that he's bound to recover once his ego reinflates itself. And on that note, I have shopping to do. You don't want to show too much compassion, would we, Machias? What could he be here to buy, though? Coffee. I mean, what else is there? What are you here to buy, anyway? Flowers for some special occasion? That's one way to put it. Actually, while you're here, mind helping you choose? I think it'd make him happier if you did. Together, Reen and Machias made their choice, and walked to the North Cruisin Highway. Kreutzen. It's Kreutzen. This is Sar Bridge, right? Is there a reason you bought the bouquet, Machias? It's my way of paying respects. This lake flows toward Celtic, so I guess here will do. It's for the market manager, isn't it? Well, yes. I owe him a lot, after all. It's because of him that we were able to avoid being noticed by the provincial army during our time in Celtic. I don't think Class 7 ever would have been reunited if it wasn't for his help. It's frustrating knowing that we'll never be able to pay him back. This is the least I can do for him. Machias. It was the anniversary of my cousin's death the other day, too, but I wasn't able to visit her grave. I couldn't with how things are at the moment, but it's the least I can do for her, too. Oh, was it? What exactly are you planning to do with the bouquet? Guys taught me about the Nord way of paying respects to the dead I wanted to try. They say that by sending a bouquet down a river, feelings will reach those that have departed. It's my way of swearing an oath to both of them. I will make it through this war no matter what. And that'll work towards Erebonia, turning Erebonia into a country where the innocent have no need to suffer anymore. If only. Changing an entire country sounds impossible, but you know what, Machias? Part of me feels like we could pull it off. If we make it through this, there's no limit to what we can do, to what we can change. Really think so? Glad you feel the same I do. I'm sure your cousin and the market manager are watching over us too. So let's make sure not to disappoint them. I wouldn't dream of it. Watch me, you two. Class 7 by my side. I'll make sure to fulfill this vow I've given. Reen and Machias stood in respectful silence as they watched a bouquet float into the distance. Once it was completely out of view, they walked back to Bereahard. Wow, Machias strengthened. Yes. Next up would be Alfin, who's at the airport. Gotta go fast. Oh, he's in her uniform. It would seem they're about to hold mass over at the cathedral. Thinking of sneaking in kind of incognito, but something the matter? It's nothing, just pretend I didn't say anything. Oh, try to get some rest, Reen. Must be exhausted. It seems like she's got something on her mind. Would you mind if I join you, Your Highness? I feel much more at ease if I at least escort you to the cathedral. Just as a precaution, of course. Would you, Reen? Thank you so much for your concern. Shall we off then? Seeing Greyheart's cathedral up close is always breathtaking. You've been to Greyheart before, haven't you? That's right. I have a number of noble acquaintances here even. Speaking of which, today's mass seems to have attracted more than usual. It looks like it's intended as an occasion to mourn the losses suffered by Celtic. Oh. Judging by all the people I saw go in, it'll probably be a fairly large event. So it seems. I plan to attend as well, to offer my prayers to the market manager. But... no, it's nothing. Let's go inside, Reen. And so, Reen and Princess Alphen entered the cathedral to attend the mass currently being held. Of course, they are careful to sit behind the majority of attendees to avoid standing out. However, during the sermon, I'm sure you've all heard by now the terrible tragedy that took place in Celtic recently. In light of this, let us offer our prayers for the people there. May adios be with them all. Rest in peace, Otto. What's going to happen to us from here on out? Can't believe they actually arrested Duke Alborea. Not to mention the fact that we've been removed from the Noble Alliance's jurisdiction. Why though? I see no reason to accept the Imperial Army when our own army is still intact. Duke Alborea certainly has made a muck of things this time. Are these people for real? Supposed to be mourning for the people of Celtic? There's a time and place for self-pity, and it sure as hell isn't now. Besides, surely Celtic was partly to blame for what happened too, no? I heard all about their belligerent attitude towards Duke Alborea. Yet he was arrested simply for teaching them a lesson? Disgraceful, I know. The beloved empire certainly has been on the decline these past couple of years. Can't take much more of this. So who in the world do you people think you are? Ooh, flipping. Huh? Who dares raise their voice during this holy mass? Wait, I know that face. Princess Alphen? How could you make light of what happened in Celtic? Do you genuinely believe that it's none of your concern, that Celtic deserved its fate? Is this how you feed your fellow Erebonians? Don't you realize that by putting aside such social labels, this tragedy could have been prevented? Your Highness. But maybe I'm not one to talk. I may have shared the same sentiments as you all, had I continued to live my cozy life in Heimdall. I would have done little other than pity them without making an attempt to truly understand the gravity of the matter. In the end, it would have just been another event on the long list of things to eventually forget. But please, I beg of you, please realize that whether they are noble or commoner, every life matters. People who suffered in Celtic lost their lives because of this war are no less important than any of us. Each and every one of them lived a life of their own, and had a future ahead of them until it was ripped away. Your Highness. Your Highness. Reed? So please, ask anyone in disagreement with the Duke's arrest to go see Celtic for themselves. If that's not enough to convince you that his arrest was the right thing to do, then by all means, bring your complaints to me. I swear on the Honor household that I will listen to every single one of you in earnest. After Prince Alphen's speech, they left the cathedral that had turned deathly quiet. There, he escorted her back to the airport. The entire way, she struggled to hold back her tears. Thank you, Reen. I've gotten a hold of myself now. Well, how embarrassing it is to act out like that during the Holy Mass. I'm sure my brother would have been able to handle that situation much better. Prince Oliver would have handled that in his own way, sure. That doesn't make your actions any less worthy of respect, however. You don't think it was too much? I mean, when I say that speech, I mean it when I say that speech hit very close to home. That's why I'm sure some of the nobles there must have been impacted the same way. If anything, I'd say you made me feel more proud to be a member of the Empire than ever before. Didn't I? It's been a while. Is that 6, I think? I'm sure when this war comes to an end, worlds will be able to reach even more people too. Until then, all we can do is keep fighting. Thank you, Rean. Hearing you say that is such a relief. Happy to help, Your Highness. Let's just focus on what we can do for now, okay? Please, don't forget that we're all here to support you. Thank you. After Rean escorted Princess Alpha into the Courageous, he headed back to town. Let's see, next would be Sarah. Who's on the Artisan Street. Hi, Fee. Oh, the tavern. Of course. Where else would she be? Hey there, Rean. Oh, hi there, instructor. Feeling a little better now? Feeling just fine, thank you very much. Well, I might have overdone it a bit against those guys. Still, at least I was able to see you kids off like a good teacher should. No regrets here. Instructor. Oh, come on, don't give me that look. I might be here resting, but you look like you should get some rest yourself. It's always Dodge having to tell us much about her past, but she might actually be making an exception this time. Would you mind if I stayed here and rested a bit with you? I'd even be happy to join you for a drink, or something. Water, I guess. Really? You're gonna be rolling into bars chatting up the ladies like a pro soon with the way you're going. Just take a seat there. I'll get you a little something fancier than water on me. Some tea? Probably. This hard liquor fights back. Gotta pace myself better. Can't chug because they're too strong. 3 sheets to win before I know it. Better than nothing, but I'll take a good beer or cider any day. I'm struggling with this cocktail, personally. Feels like I'll get drunk from it even though there's no alcohol in it. Well hey, that's just one of the appeals of drinking. I'll make sure to teach you how to savor it once you're old enough. Same way both my superior and friend did for me back in the day. Was that back when you were part of the Northern Jaegers? Yep. Granted, they both kicked the bucket a long time ago. Oh, sorry. This operation brought back a lot of memories. Some of them bad, but plenty of good ones too. Getting back then was a real struggle. Never felt like no matter what we did, nothing ever got better. You came from Northumbria, didn't you? Seems like life there was a lot more brutal than I could have ever imagined. Would you mind if I asked just when you decided to join the Corps? I couldn't tell you exactly when. I felt like as soon as I knew what was going on around me, I had a gun in my hands. I felt like there was much else I could do to earn a living around there. They say it was a nice place until the Northumbrian disaster struck around 20 or so years ago. I only go back every few years now. Need to pay my respects. I see. It was the kind of place where death would follow you wherever you went, really. And I wasn't any exception to that. I lost many people who were important to me. One day they were there, the next they were gone. It wasn't until around 6 years ago that Colonel Beatrix back then saved me. After that, I cut all my ties and headed down the path of becoming a bracer. You know all the rest after that. I guess we do. I don't even know what to say. I can't imagine leading a life like that. Yeah, indeed. You won't find many heroines as tragic as me. But, well, what happened in Arc 4 really made me realize something. Turns out, I hadn't completely cut my ties to that place. Crossing blades with old comrades was more painful than I expected. Maybe it felt selfish of me to say, but Wish it weren't. Guess this shows I still got a long way to go as an instructor. There's still so much more I want to teach you, so you can make it through all this, but probably wasn't cut for the job to begin with, you know? I have to respectfully disagree with you there, instructor. We learned a lot from you, both individually and as a class. Things that you didn't specifically try to teach us either. We learned those simply through observing your actions. Like what? Think what happened in Orc's Fort. Your actions taught us that fighting for the people and country you love can be painful at times. You saw that through your willingness to cross blades with those once you knew. Once you showed what it means to be truly determined. At least that's what I got out of it. And I'm certain we'll one day have to show that very same determination. Huh. That's why we'd like you to continue teaching us from here on out. In fact, need you to. I can't see us taking back doors without your experience and guidance, let alone getting through the crow. Wow, look at you, Reen. The teacher's become the student. Talk about cliches. I get it though. If you're that insistent, then I'll make sure you get all the best education possible. As your instructor and your comrade. Cheers. Okay, Gaius, you're next. Where are you? In the church. It's good that you're able to put an end to the issue with Eustace as father. But the winds that blow through this nation grow more tempestuous. So I'm here to pray that they might finally calm, at least a little. I could probably use a little prayer right now. I think I'll join you actually. So, this is kind of a weird request, but while we're here, would you mind teaching me how people pray in Nord? Sure. Shall I move up a little then? That should do. Praying like this kind of makes me feel we're in tune with the wind as well. Well, it is the traditional Nord way of prayer after all. They say that doing so calls forth the voices of the spirits and audios in order to rid the world of disaster. Of course, how that actually works isn't really explained. I see. It's kind of frustrating to know that all we can really do right now is pray. Mean? Well, this war has brought about so many sacrifices at this point, whether it be the innocent victims or the soldiers who fell in battle. But in the end, there's nothing we can do to stop that. Helic's proof enough of that. That's why I can't help but feel so frustrated at myself. I understand what you mean. I felt the same during my time in Nord. There's simply nothing we can do in the face of such a powerful storm. That doesn't mean we should stand by idly as we watch the destruction. I know that, but it's just... No one person can make their way through life without help. No one can cover every need, every eventuality. But that's okay, because mankind shows its greatest strengths through banding together. Huh? Those are the words of an old traveling priest who used to visit Nord long ago. In the end, there's only so much we can do alone. However, by accepting this and working together, people can overcome any trial they face. My time with Class 7 led me to believe that this is what he meant. Huh. You're not alone, Reen. You have me, the rest of Class 7. Not to mention many other comrades with you. So let's do what we can to prevent any more tragedies like Celtic from happening. You're always so confident, Gaius. Maybe I should take a few pointers from you. This doesn't change the fact that we've got a tough road ahead of us, though. But knowing I've got all of you by my side makes me confident that we'll pull through. I feel very much the same. Let's walk down that road together then. Take back our home. Right. Yay. So, that would be everybody except for Eustace, who we will talk to last. So, let's start from the center, and then work our way down Artisan Street, talking to everybody. The traveling priest's words live on within me to this day. We can't do much alone. That should never stop us from trying. If for no other reason than to prevent what happened in Kellic from ever happening again. I started reflecting on my life as of late. I have everything I could possibly ask for. High quality clothes, delicious meals every day. Sister Titania had all that once too, but she chose to abandon it for the sake of helping others. The city might be in a state of confusion now, but I can't see this changing the way us nobles live our lives in the long term. The question is whether or not that's a good thing. Oh, how frightful. First the tanks, and then the gunfire and explosions. Why is this happening in Berea of all places? When will these horrors end? We sent a number of relief provisions to help the people of Kellic. Of course, no amount of material aid can heal the scars of their hearts. I only wish there was more we could do for them. It's not easy fighting off the sense of powerlessness, but despite that, it's important that we focus on what we can for the time being. Today's Mass will be about Saint Veronica, a woman whose unwavering faith shone brightly during the Dark Ages. In fact, her devout prayers were enough to bring forth a miracle which saved many from great tragedy. Let this be a lesson that, through faith, there's nothing for us to fear. While times may be distressing, there's nothing for us to fear. Offer up your prayers, and all shall be well. Don't worry about us. Lord Eustace always made it a point to tell us to come here if things ever got dangerous. You can't really hear what goes on outside here either, so maybe you won't get scared. Some really scary stuff happened yesterday, and I was here with Annette, so I wasn't scared at all. Well, hello there. You two have been stopping by rather often as of late. Of course, it's always a pleasure to see how you're so full of energy. Might I ask how you're faring? Fine. Yep. That's good to hear. Rayhard will likely be in chaos for a while yet, so try to stay out of trouble. In fact, I'd prefer it if you stay in the church as much as possible. It'll be much safer here. Okay? The citizens look as though they were just awoken from the deepest of slumbers. Very well, allow me to teach them the true meaning of love. It's an emotion that lingers deep within all our hearts, after all. Don't be shy, my friends. Unlock the door to your heart and let your love flow freely. Here, allow my beautiful performance to aid you. Everyone says we lost the war. Who cares? Daddy can come back home now. He's gonna have to play with me lots to make up for being away for so long. Daddy promised to play with me lots when he gets back. I hope he's back soon. I must admit that it's a relief to know that the Kreuzern Provincial Army has no need to fight anymore. Lord Eustace even offered them to stay put at Orc's Fort too. Now there's no need to worry for my husband's safety. I have very little interest in who is victorious in this war, so long as my husband remains safe. All that remains now is to await his return. Pretty sure this was a fishing spot in the first game, wasn't it? I feel like it was. It's just really throwing me off. Well, thanks for letting me go inside Valimar with you. It's kind of nice to have a rough idea of what you got to go through. You're welcome, I guess. But you might want to teach him to be a bit more considerate. Ignore me. I was just crazy. I was just talking crazy right now. No idea how that happened. Now that I've boarded Valimar myself, I think I have a better idea of what you go through. And that makes it even more important for me to try and lighten the burden you're forced to carry. I certainly never expected things to come to this. I wouldn't be so sure, though, after all, considering what Princess Alphen said. Have you heard of Duke Alberea's current predicament? But Rufus remains a major part of the Noble Alliance, so it may be possible for the situation to be reversed. Don't have your hopes up. I heard that Lord Muses was appointed acting head of the Alberea family after the Duke's arrest. Well, what's the meaning of this? Why was he chosen over Lord Rufus? Greyheart is now under the Imperial Army's jurisdiction, you say? Oh, Adios, what waking nightmare is this? It simply can't be real. Oh, it's real, alright. And it'll be pretty much about the same, just less, social pampering. Hey, did you hear the rumor about His Majesty being held captive in Heimdall? Noble Alliance has been keeping all sorts of stuff from us, so I can totally believe it. Can you imagine what a scandal that'd be if it turned out to be true? Whew, talk about busy. Stop keeping track of all those rumors that have been spreading lately. Where I'm hearing these, you ask? From our beloved customers, of course. Welcome. Are you planning on resting today? Only imagine how exhausting it must be after all that's happened. Allow me to be as bold as to request that you all stay by Lord Eustace's side as much as possible as well. But they were never good on terms. Coming to arrest his own father must have hurt him more than he's letting on. You'd be honored to, sir. While things may be tense in the city, we have every intention of providing our usual high-quality service. Please take this opportunity to relax. The battles may have come to an end, but who knows how business will go from here on out. Lost a good friend recently, too. Just got back from paying my respects. Are the rumors of what happened to Celtic true? If so, I'm not entirely sure I should be doing business like this after all. Good day. Sorcery will be open for business as usual today. Think of this as an opportunity to cast aside your worries and enjoy a fine meal. Please, take this opportunity to cast your worries aside and enjoy a fine dining experience. Why can't you understand, Father? All I want to do is join my schoolmates on the Courageous, which is precisely why I'm opposed. You're a daughter of the nobility. You can't go off gallivanting at a time like this. It's exactly the time to go. Maybe if you weren't so thick-headed, you understand. The thick-headed? How dare you use such language towards your own father? Looks like Teresa's busy at the moment. I can try again once I met up with the rest of the gang. Why must you be so bullheaded? Is it really because I'm trying to stand on my own 2 feet for the first time? Is that what upsets you so? That is certainly not the issue. Where in the world did you learn such vulgar language? I knew it was a mistake to let you interact with commoners at that academy. I swear, Father, I'll cut all ties with you if you say that again. He just said it again. Recent events have been rather unsettling for us all. I just hope my music can help soothe our customers' woes. And there we go. Gotta weasel my way through all the chairs and everything. Esmeralda will remain open for business despite all that has happened. The Duke's arrest certainly came as a shock, but I'm relieved that the city itself is in no danger. The Imperial Army seems to be doing their best to avoid stirring up any trouble, which I appreciate. I'm gonna stay at any time. That was the only different dialogue. Many of our customers are uneasy after everything that happened yesterday. However, the battle itself has officially ended. So, for now, Hotel Esmeralda remains entirely safe for everyone. Please feel free to make yourselves at home. Hotel Esmeralda will be operating as normal. Please, make yourselves at home. Yesterday was so frightening to hear the battle taking place from here. On the bright side, it gave me the chance to get acquainted with the lady next door. There's so many interesting stories to tell. Father's currently out conducting business, if I recall. The fact that he's working this late does make me a bit worried for him. Father deals in jewelry, you say? How magnificent. Perhaps you could introduce us sometime. Of course. You like that too, I'm sure. This Baron Fafnir seems to deal in some rather exquisite jewelry. I must meet him at all costs. Wasn't she the one that bankrupted her father? Duke Alborea has been arrested? Goodness, I'm looking forward to telling everyone back home about this. Or I would be, but I'm far more concerned about the Imperial Army taking control of Kreuzin. Perhaps I should retreat to Ordis while I still can. I certainly never expected something this ludicrous to occur. Better return to Ordis while I still can. I just wish I could have seen Count Gorty's grief-stricken face before leaving. Master Richmond and Count Gorty have been competing to see who can make more mirror from investment. Count Gorty was winning. Until yesterday, at least. Certain Count Gorty must be flabbergasted at the moment. Regardless, I must schedule a return to Ordis at once. Master Richmond and Count Gorty could have been competing to see who could make more mirror from events at Count winning until yesterday. Okay. There's one person on the other side. Hello. We have a number of customers checking out today. Well, I understand why. I think they may be letting their panic get the better of them. Of course, I don't mean to imply that they're cowards. Most definitely not. I just feel they might want to observe the situation a bit more. Even the people checking out had a tendency to brag about their skill in combat, you see. Times like this are often when they should be acting to prove their claims, right? Apologies, I went a bit too far. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm leaving town, but I could totally beat the crap out of everybody in the army if I wanted to. I just don't want to. That's all. And no, it's not because I'm scared. It's a very small margin for error when it comes to polishing gems. While my dad lets me work on some of our products now, he's not too happy with how I handle the finishing products, or touches. He always ends up doing it himself. The road to being the pro is tough. No matter what happens in town, I need to concentrate on practicing. I can't afford to worry about anything else. Expensive. Yesterday was a real surprise for all of us, even the nobles. That's got nothing to do with us, so we're focusing on work as usual. Curious to see how Bruck's training is coming along too, so that's all the more reason to keep at it. To be blunt, we don't particularly care about what happened to the Duke. The world's gonna keep on turning. And an artisan's pride is instilled in the things they've crafted. Not gonna let this fiasco eat up the time I could be using to work instead. Pretty packed in here. Bird is absolutely determined to have me do a shopping for him. How cruel. You'd think he'd at least give me enough time to take a couple of ladies out for a celebratory ride, but alas. With scenery like this, it'd be the perfect spot for a ride. Peaceful too, given that the flames of war have finally died down. Be that as it may, this province's troubles are far from over. The ruler was taken under arrest after all. With all the changes around here, things won't be quiet for some time. I guess you're right. They can't stay under the Imperial Army's jurisdiction forever either. But it's not like Rufus looks like he'll be back here to take on his father's mantle anytime soon. The people of Kreutzen aren't the only ones at a crossroads either. Maybe it's selfish, but I'm still kind of hoping that by the time this war is all over, I'll find my own path too. I think I'm in the same boat. The people of Kreutzen won't be the only ones facing big changes by the end of this war. I imagine I'll need to figure out where my life is going too. Wow, all this heavy talk is very on me. That's enough of that. What's that, Mort? Are you actually trying to order me around? Not as such, I just believe that it would be safer for us to return while we can. You can't expect me to return when my order's just about ready, can you? Such stubbornness. The hell with this war, I say. I won't let anyone or anything ruin my fun. I still have more orders to make, so I won't be returning anytime soon. The master truly is a stubborn one. Admittedly, we seem to be in no immediate danger, but I shall remain alert nonetheless. I have little interest in what's going on in the world around me. If the Duke's learned his lesson, then that's that. Huh? Well, the same thing will happen to him again eventually. That's just how nobles are in the end. Always have, always will be. The Duke can take a long walk up a short pier for all I care. The only ones I'm concerned for are Lord Rufus and Eustace. That's what lies in store for those two. Let's see. Why not? Let's see, slots. Let's see, I earned some more sepis, so I can upgrade, at least. So you need to upgrade fee slots. I know that. But she has a surprising lack of 2 slots. Right, that. Okay. Need more wind. Okay, can't upgrade anybody else's stuff. Darn. I shouldn't be too crazy with my sepith. I don't have a lot. Man, yesterday took me by surprise. I never expected to run to all those tanks. Oh well, stuff like that's kind of common by now, so there's no point dwelling on it. Right now, I'm more worried about whether or not we're going to lose customers thanks to whatever went down. I'm guessing they arrested the Duke or something? I don't really care about that. I'm more worried about whether I'm going to lose customers over it. You bet I'll keep fighting with you guys, both as your instructor and as part of Class 7. Still, I'm really impressed when I look at how much you've grown in such a short period of time. There's actually a dessert that goes perfectly with our espresso. Violette's a big fan of them. She claims just one bite can fill you with bliss. Why don't you try it for yourself? Fruit parfait. Who'd have thought the Duke would end up getting arrested? Talk about a fall from grace. I'd like to believe that Berea Heart will get a bit more peaceful now, but chances are this will just cause even more issues. The city's always belonged to the nobles. Colette did mention that it's about time she started thinking about leaving. I guess it makes sense that most of the fighting here in Eastern Erebonia is done and over with. I guess things have gotten a bit more peaceful when you put it that way. Got stuff to buy? Nope. I just finished reading the latest volume of this popular series. Hopefully the next one comes out soon. Would you like to give it a read? I'm sure you'll see right away why it's so popular. Jack 2. One of the Imperial Army's divisions have been stationed in the city. Not sure if it's the best. Not sure if that's for the best or not. It's hard to believe that the nobles would willingly give up their status here of all places. If anything, having the Imperial Army here will create more problems they can solve. Well, it's hard to say if this is for the best or not. Merchants have been making a living off our business with the nobles and all, so you know. Anybody upstairs? One person. How's it going, Reen? Not bad. You're looking cheerful, Colette. I'm packing up too. Does that mean what I think it means? Yep, it's time for me to jump forward and help you guys out. Just finishing up sorting everything out right now. Thanks, Colette. More than glad to have you helping us out. I heard a bleep bloop sound. What was that? Oh, I got a message on something. Thing is, though, I don't exactly see all the sorting out. I don't exactly see all the sorting out I have to do being. I gotta reread this line. Thing is, though, I don't exactly see all the sorting out I have to do being done by the time you all take off. It'd be rude to fly off without saying goodbye to everyone too. Do you mind picking me up next time you stop by in Berea Heart? Not at all. Gives me time to meet up with everyone else too. Really boggles the mind. Who thought humble old Class 7 would end up pulling off crazy stuff like this? As much fun as it'd be to join you in your adventures, I still need to give everyone here a proper send-off first. Give me a shout next time you're in town, though. Alright, will do, Colette. See you after talking with literally everybody. I really should focus on getting some rest now. This poor noble here has been asking for loan extensions for half a year now. Well, he's been one of the ones who use their position to avoid paying at all. I'm not exactly raking in the mirror here myself, but I'm kind of sorry for him. It wouldn't hurt to let him off the hook just a bit. I'd be willing to be a bit more lenient if these taxes weren't an issue. The least I can do is give him an extra month. What you got to sell? Good stuff. I think that's worth it. It's a lot of defense. It's not much, but it's something. Let's see. Okay. I Now I'm out of money. It's all so expensive. Oh well. Got another order from Camellia. We're on 10 items this time. Work's never gonna end, even when the war does. I wish I had as much free time as the nobles did. I'm too busy working to do anything else. Yeah, I heard about what happened to the Duke. Fair is fair, really. Can't just let someone who put the people of Celtic through hell run free, can we? Nobles are just people in the end. They ain't exempt from Adios' judgment. And if he fooled himself into thinking otherwise, then he had it coming. Well, it's a good thing Lord Eustace ended up being the one to bring him in. He's gonna have to sit tight for now. We're all facing tough times, as you know. The war certainly is taking its toll. Surely you'd be willing to extend the deadline on the final 20,000 mirror for me in light of that. Oh, didn't you hear? Brightson's no longer a part of the war. Well, certainly it couldn't hurt to wait just a little bit longer. Please, have mercy on this poor noble. I mean, it's not his fault. He's got the really, he's got the daughter with really, really expensive taste. That's what I'm trying to say. But I am no good with words, as you can tell. It's locked. Oh no. Made it a point to station the bare minimum of soldiers here as not upset the citizens too much. Actually, if you want to help on that front, we'd like you to report any and all happenings to us if possible. I'm sure you all have a better grasp of what's happening in the town than we will. Report any strange occurrences to us if possible. Kai. It seems like we're returning home in a timely manner today. What a relief. I was rather worried when she mentioned she was going out. These are dangerous times, after all. I continue to find myself amazed by their ability to bump into one another. Lady Aislinn seems to be out shopping too. They do share a passion for it. Terrifying indeed. Seeing so many tanks and armored cars in town almost made my heart stop. Why must we get swept up in all this when it's a man's job to deal with war? I'm so fraught with worry I can hardly focus on anything. Yesterday was truly something else. Both myself and my husband were terrified. We never expected that Duke Alberea would be arrested either. What does this mean for Breahard? What are you doing? Seeing Breahard taken over by the Reformists certainly isn't something I expected to see within my lifetime. It isn't some sort of strange dream, is it? It's far too surreal. There's a surprising lack of Imperial soldiers in the town. That came as a bit of a shock. Perhaps there's no need for us to feel threatened then. Great Breahard, taken over by those reformist Cretans. How dare they? How dare they? If only Lord Rufus were here, he would eradicate them for us. If only Lord Rufus were here. How's Princess Alphen involved in all of this? Official statements claim she is being kept safe in Heimdall. Lord Rufus refuses to make a move despite the peril we face too. I'd hate to make assumptions, but, well, something seems off here. Oh really? I wonder. Could it be that it's just a ploy of some kind? Whew. With yesterday's battle over, the airships are finally back in operation. Of course, there's still a ton of issues that remain. The Empire's citizens have yet to fully comprehend the situation here in Breahard at the moment, for one. Don't forget, the recent hijacking that still needs to be addressed. It'll be a while before things return to normal. Explaining the situation to each and every customer is proving to be rather draining. I realize that complaining won't help things, but it'd be nice if things return to normal soon. Maybe someday. Hi, Celine. Well, I guess everything worked out for the best back there. Even if the Society's plans are a big scary blank right now. Try not to think about it. The more important thing is we brought a little more peace to Berea. I just let the Duke and Scarlet show some signs of repentance. Speaking of which, I was surprised at the way you saved that terrorist. Probably the first person ever to use their knight like that. There's something impressive about you, Reen. Come again? You heard nothing. Time to relax. You should probably follow my lead. Trust me, you're gonna need your energy soon enough, so might as well get as much of it back as you can. Okay, give me a sec. I need to check the alert thing real quick. That's being sent. Let's see. Okay. Second. Sorry about this. Okay. Sorry about that. There's no reason to go here right now. Hi, Toa. I still can't believe all this is really happening. First, we were told the Noble Alliance had the advantage, then Berea was pulled into the war. Now the Imperial Army has stationed their troops here. This is just asking for trouble. Imperial troops stationed in the city filled with nobles is just asking for trouble. I hope nothing terrible comes of this. Let's see. Let's have some regular stuff. So many unarmed cars sped through town that we heard cannon fire and gunshots from the highway. I can't believe this would happen so close to town. Why can't this war just end already? How long do we need to suffer through this war? I don't know. We have everything here, so that's good. Can't let the people of Keldic's countless sacrifices go to waste. So whatever it takes, let's change this nation and give it a brighter future. Right. Neslia was absolutely terrifying. You could hear the battle taking place even here. I don't think I could have asked for a bigger reminder that our country's at war. Apologies, I know I shouldn't be so gloomy when sales depend on me. But I can't help but agree with my father now. War truly is a terrifying thing. I never would have expected the Duke to fall from power. Of course, what he did to Celtic was beyond horrific, so perhaps he had it coming. Perhaps the better question now is, what will become of the taxes? That's my main concern. I have mixed feelings about what's happening, but my main concern right now is simply getting on with my life. And on that note, if they could just lower the taxes back to normal, that'd be just dandy. Alright, so we're in that department. I heard about what Duke Alberea did to Celtic. It's hardly an action one can condone, in my opinion. I believe most others feel the same. He's probably receiving his just desserts right now. You can't just sweep Duke Alberea's actions under the rug this time. At least Lord Eustace was able to resolve the situation with his own hands. Christie's is full of Croydon's most recognized. It's full of Croydon's most recognized stores, so we can't afford to close shop regardless of the circumstances. We have our pride, you know. But I do admit to being unclear on what we should do from here on out. The reason we're Croydon's most popular, most recognized galleria is because we served its nobles, after all. We don't seem to be in any immediate danger, so business will continue as usual for now. As for what the future holds, we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. And you suck for me. Maybe? No, you do not. Huh. Both my lady and the rest of the household are beside themselves with worry at the moment. Master's still away too, so I should return home early today for their sake. There's still a number of things I wanted to purchase, but alas. I made it a point of telling them there were no immediate danger. That didn't seem to alleviate their fears at all. It seems like I have no choice but to return home early for their sake. Alright. Last section of the town. Almost there. We can make it. Master Gordy seems to be in the middle of something at the moment. Not that it has anything to do with me, of course. Perhaps the rest will be done by the time I return from shopping. I'd like to get the shopping done as swiftly as possible. What? You mean to tell me that all of my assets have vanished? I'm afraid so, sir. With the Duke arrested, we have his backing is effectively worthless. With him no longer able to guarantee your investments, your own assets were lost as well. No, I won't stand for this. Master Gordy, please compose yourself. Master Gordy, please compose yourself. Panic attack. Our squad will be stationed here for the time being. Mobile City or not, our job is to ensure this is in safety. Leaves things here to us. Allow me to add that you're all obligated to follow our orders here. Don't expect any special treatment just because one of you is related to the Lieutenant General. Don't worry, we'll be making sure that order is maintained here in Brayhard. Granted, the 4th Division's main focus right now is preparing for the battle at Heimdallr, which means a squad like ours will only have so much in the way of equipment. We have enough to do our jobs, though. We're doing our best not to rile up the citizens. Second Lieutenant Loke is being very careful to avoid causing trouble, so no need to worry on that front. Hi again. Yesterday certainly was a frightening experience. I don't think I've ever seen so many soldiers before. Poor Bootsy still hasn't gotten over it. Shh, it's okay now, I'm right here. There's a number of new soldiers in town, it seems. I hope they don't scare Bootsy. Hi, Emma. Well, this certainly is a surprise. I never expected the Master and Lady to return on such short notice. It's a relief to know they're well. The children should be able to rest easy now. It seems their region managed to avoid being swept up in the war. I'm sure their presence there helped to ease everyone's worries. They are beloved by their people, after all. Father, Mother! Suzanne, thank goodness you're safe. We came as quickly as we could after we heard what happened. Well, Adios, thank you for keeping our children safe. We left the children here under the impression that it would be the safest place for them. This certainly came as a surprise, to say the least. Things are only get more dangerous from here on out, but we can take some comfort in knowing they're safe for now. I'm so glad you're all safe. Come closer, Suzanne. Let me see your face. That tickles. Hey, Mommy, I'm so good at dancing now, like really good. Hey, Mommy, are you listening? Mommy, listen! Listen! Listen, 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 listen! Dancing doesn't seem the only thing you've gotten better at. Yay, Mommy and Daddy are back! Now we can talk lots and lots. Yay! So glad you're both safe. You've been fine too, thanks to Bridget. Is Bridget here? Hi, Bridget. I feel so much calmer knowing that they're both back home now. And better yet, the children are simply overjoyed. I should be sure to thank them again once they finish up these chores. Wait, isn't that... Yeah, it's gotta be Bridget from the Wind Orchestra. She looks too busy to talk right now, though. She should come back once I meet up with everyone else. It's so much calmer knowing they're both back home now. I should be sure they... Okay. Surprised the character notebook updated, though. Alright, to the Alberea Mansion. Good day. Received word to let you all pass. I expect Mrs. Alberea should be inside at the moment, too. Besides, this place never ceases to amaze me. Both the Duke and Scarlet being held there, I think. Yep, go inside. Must be really tired tonight.
Damn, this is incredible. It's not as grand as Valflame Palace, but I doubt you'll find many mansions this fancy. The Duke's residence is certainly befitting of his status.
You came after all, Reen.
Yeah, I was kinda hesitant to come and visit in case I got in your way, though.
No, it's fine. Everything is largely settled here now. I will leave the rest to you, then.
As you wish. Leave everything to us. And we will strive and make things as comfortable for your father as possible.
You have my thanks.
He's Captain Clare's adjutant, isn't he?
Indeed, and quite a skilled one at that. He and his men will be managing the mansion together while keeping my father in custody.
Must be really tired tonight.
At least until the war comes to an end.
Oh, right.
There's no need to look so glum.
I don't see the incessant yawning coming to an end anytime
He
soon.
deserves to answer for his crimes much like others. He should be grateful he hasn't been handcuffed and thrown in a cell.
I guess that's one way of looking at it. Oh, yeah, Scarlet's here too, right?
She's currently receiving treatment in the annex. She remains bedridden, but her life is in no real danger, or so I hear.
That's good.
If you'd like to speak with her, you should go and pay her a visit. Meanwhile, I'll be going to my room to get ready for departure. If you need anything at all, feel free to come by and see me.
Thanks, Eustace. Will do.
Well, you are the last on the list.
Wait a sec. Where is his room anyway? I don't know where the annex Scarlet's in is either. I guess I'll have to ask someone.
Oh, hello. Are you looking for Lady Scarlet's room? It's quite far down the corridor on the annex's first floor. Thanks. How do I get to the annex, though? My apologies. Turn left here and make your way out into the courtyard. There's a path on the right side of the fountain, which if you follow will... I think I understand where to go now. That's going to be a really long walk. Got some business with Lady Scarlet? Room is near the end of the corridor on the first floor of the annex. You can reach it by taking the left here. I think I'd better not try to go this way. I'd probably just get lost. Good day to you. Please leave everything here in our hands. His Grace is confined to the mansion, but he is permitted a degree of freedom within its walls. Rest assured that the terrorist S is being treated with care as well. Oh, are you looking for Lord Eustace's room? Please, turn to the right here. You'll find it at the very end of the hall on the right wing's 3rd floor. Oh, I see. Thank you very much. That said, His Grace and Lord Eustace have had a lot on their minds at the present. Please, do try to be quiet while inside the mansion, so as not to disturb them needlessly. Of course, I'll be as quiet as I possibly can. He does seem rather tired, however. Please to try to be as quiet as possible while inside. My apologies, but His Grace has firmly expressed that he does not want to meet with anyone at present time. I must ask you to turn back. Of course, sorry to disturb you. Lord Eustace has given me instructions on how to handle matters here in the province. Maintaining the status quo here should be possible without his direct assistance. The railway military police have been showing great consideration towards us as well. As such, I ask that you do not concern yourself with matters here. They are all being taken care of. This way leads to Duke Alberea's private room. I don't think this is the time to be visiting him. Alright, let's do Eustace's side quest. Yeah, they don't want you walking through the whole place, you just end up getting lost. The RMP should be able to take care of the mansion for the time being. Perhaps this is a chance for me to take one of the horses out for one final ride before I leave. It sounds kind of fun, actually. Mind if I join you, Eustace? I haven't seen any of your family's horses since that race we had. Not at all. It gives me an idea, in fact. Come with me. Huh? Where? Horse racing? Green borrowed one of the horses from the Alberia mansion, while Eustace rode another. Together, they set off on horseback toward Orc Canyon, with Eustace taking the lead. Oh, they're gonna have a rematch? Or something? Huh? This is where we had our duel before, isn't it? Why did we come out here? Draw your sword, Reen. I'd like to request another duel with you. Eustace? Do you remember what you told me during our field study here? You claimed that there was something honest about the way I fought. And that was because I learned my swordsmanship from someone I trusted. I did, didn't I? My trust in my brother has not faltered. However, because of that trust, I fear that when the time comes to fight him, my sword will be hindered by hesitation. I dread that the day I'll have to turn my blade upon my brother. Not proud of it, but that's how it is. I can hardly blame you, Eustace. Anyone in your position would feel that way. Perhaps, but it's why I'd like to face off with you, Reen. Whether I win or lose, I believe our duel will allow me to cast away my doubts. And through that, I should be able to better trust my own convictions, regardless of whom I face. I realize that this may be somewhat selfish request, but please, this is important to me. Am I even allowed to say no after that speech? It's not often you ask for favors like this either. Sure, let's go. Just know that I won't be holding back. Hit me with all you've got. With pleasure. Thus, Reen and the Yusa began their duel, putting all their strength into the battle. They cleared their heads of all distractions, their focus purely on trying to be the victor. With that, the fight continued on until... You didn't even try, Reen. I don't think I can move another muscle. Neither can I. Even in real battles, it's not often that I fight to the point of exhaustion. I think it's because we can read each other so well that we're able to fight to this point, really. Granted, I could see Master Kafai and Viscount Arcee keeping up the whole day without getting tired or bored. We're not them, but I still think we did pretty well for a couple of teenagers. Agreed. It was fun in our own strange way. Thank you, Reen. I feel as though I can go forth and fight with that same honesty yet again. I may have been taught by Rufus, but it was Class 7 who helped me to further develop my skills. No need to thank me. I was glad you were honest with me and asked. That was beyond awful. Ha! Friendly bromance. Afterwards, they somehow managed to summon up the energy to get on their horses and return to Rayahard. Thank you for joining me, Reen. I feel as though I could finally put my faith in my swordsmanship now. So let's keep moving without fearing whatever future awaits us. Alright. Well, now let's go visit Scarlet, see how she's holding up.
Oh.
I knew it would be you. Did you come to listen to me whine and complain about you?
I know you didn't want me to save you, but you don't have to hate me for it.
I was just joking. I don't care what happens to me. Whether I live or die or get executed as a terrorist, what happens, happens.
Stop being so flippant about the whole thing. But you seem to be a little more cheerful than I was expecting you to be. I'm glad. Well, it sounds like you're doing all right at least. That's good.
My only complaint is that I wasn't allowed to ascend to heaven like I wanted to.
I'm not sure it's where you'd actually end up though, but okay.
Perhaps this is just how it was meant to be.
I wish I could tell you. You said you used to be a sister, right? You mentioned something about training over in Arteria too.
I did, though that training was a long time ago. That really takes me back.
So that wasn't a lie? Sorry. It wasn't that I didn't believe you, it's just...
I'll have you know I grew up in one of the most pious families in the country. Hard as that may be to believe. I was so happy when I was first invited to join the church. I doubt you'd know, but the church is a fairly complex organization with plenty of divisions within it. The part I was invited to join was an organization called the Congregation for the Sacraments. They're a group full of immensely skilled people who take on some unique missions, to put it mildly.
They're semi-elite. Got it.
It made me happier than you can imagine to be recognized by people like that at such a young age. I didn't have any special abilities of my own, but I left home, trained my hardest, and eventually became a squire.
A squire? As in a kind of knight? I thought you said you became a sister. Unless you're saying the church has knights too.
Which they do.
I'm getting confused now.
Anyone would be in your position. Their image of the church begins and ends with priests and mass. As it was, my days in Arteria came to an abrupt end. Just before I went out on my first mission, I got word of what had happened. I hurried back to Erebonia as fast as I could, but I was too late to do anything.
Lady Scarlet, I think you should get some more rest.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you strain yourself.
You really are a softie. If you want to hear the rest, you'll have to come back another time.
Will do.
So, if you're interested.
It's hard to imagine someone going from being a sister to a terrorist, but that's just what happened.
The church is probably more mysterious than Ouroboros. Oh, I definitely am not objecting that. Also, how's it going, Dolan?
I'm still convinced that it would have been a waste for her to have died back there. I'm glad she seems to have calmed down for now. I'll have to come back another time to see how she's doing.
I'd say the church is equally as shady as Ouroboros. They're like two different sides of the shadows, like competing for power. Both of them equally powerful, probably. Let's see. Walk around and return to the Kratos. Okay, so we're done for the day. Good. How are you? I'm fine. Had a exhausting later half of the day. I just felt like streaming for a while, so that's currently what's happening right now, although lately my internet hasn't been agreeing with that. It's been picnicking a lot. Let's see. Man, we never talked to everybody in the airport, did we? What's happened here? I'm so bored. Oh dear, looks like we came at the bad time. Particularly hitting very, very deep. Wazy, for example. Oh yeah. Wazy as a, like disguising himself as a leader of a gang that just so happens to be called the Testaments, right? What should we do? Oh, I do hope something works out. Duke Alberea has been arrested. How the devil did that happen? I haven't had a clue what's been happening here while I've been away. Perhaps I should go and ask Baron Caroline. Times like these, friends are the ones you can count on most. I haven't had a clue what's been happening here all day. Perhaps I should go ask Baron Caroline. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I've told you all I know. It's been announced that there is no danger in the city itself, at least, so please don't concern yourselves. Alright, back to ship. Meet the Courageous' maintenance to us. This has always been especially good to me. I only hope this will allow me to go some way to returning the favor. And these Courageous work to us. We'll do the finest work that we can. Enter ship. Go back inside. I feel like there's still more to see here in Greyheart. Is there? What is there more to see? Like, really? Whatever. It's like, I feel like there's still more to see here in Greyheart thing is very ominous. But I have no idea what it is, so I've talked to everybody. Nah, I suppose I'll head back inside. We can sit and wait for the others to get back. Green! Who dat? Oh, hi! So we caught you at just the right time. Are you planning on going inside too? Oh, hello. What's wrong? You all seem flustered. Well, we got a message from the guys still inside the ship. They said something's happened over in Crossbell. Plenty of things have happened over in Crossbell. In Crossbell? Oh, they're all just gonna keep mentioning Crossbell now, aren't they? We saw the city covered by a blue barrier from where Corellia Fortress was, Azure to be exact, but it's not that, I'm guessing. Believe it or not, it's something even weirder. Mind getting a closer look at it. Do you mind grabbing everyone else still in town and bringing them back here? We're getting everything ready for liftoff in the meantime. Okay, I'll be back as soon as I can. Leave everything here to you. Alright, time for Crossbell to be mentioned like 20 times in the next 5 minutes. Green quickly left to find his classmates. Once everyone was gathered at Briarheart Airport, they boarded the Courageous, then promptly took off.
Upper rank you go!
Yay!
Here's a bonus from the Academy.
Yay, we finally got ourselves a Grail Locket.
Well done!
100%?
I'm so proud of you,
Yes.
Green!
Course of the east-northeast is clear. All hands remain vigilant. The ship's approaching maximum cruising speed. It should be getting close to the fortress soon. Please, get in touch with the 4th Army Division and the Railway Military Police. Aye aye, Captain. Oh my, I think I can see something in the distance. Is it the big blue tree? What the? I gave some very strange readings here. Misty.
Oh, I can see Crossbell now.
There seems to be something emitting light in the distance as well.
What in the world is that?
It's the tree. So we're at that point in the story then. Okay. This point in the overlapping
know.
timeline.
That blue barrier that was surrounding the city before is gone.
But now there's something even more unbelievable in its place.
An azure tree?
Hey, he actually got the color right.
Yeah, it looks like a tree to me too. It's got all those branches coming out of it.
I don't think trees so vast even exist in legend. Never mind in reality.
Honestly, I never would have imagined that
There's something completely otherworldly
that Cold
about it.
Steel 2 would actually show the tree in this. I mean, the barrier I could understand because you'd be able to see Crossbell from the destroyed Corellia Fortress.
Do you know what it is, Celine?
But actually seeing the tree,
I wish I did. There's nothing like that in any of the clans.
you still have no. I guess you still have no idea what that tree is if you're playing this game, and not and you never played through the
Just what is
Crossbell arc.
happening over in Crossbell?
Ooh, good thing we played through Trails to Azure, right? Don't have to worry about that.
Now that's damned impressive. It must be over 2,000 arch tall.
Oh, never thought I'd come face to face with something that big in my lifetime.
Nope, but I think Falcom assumed people played Trails of Azure first. They probably did, but still, Cold Steel's supposed to be an entry point, right?
Life's just full of surprises.
Oh, this is the very essence of beauty.
I hate it when series like these pull out Easter eggs in a plot.
So this is the fruit of the Azure Zero project.
So that's what it's called
To the power
in this
of
game.
human obsession.
I forget what they called it. Like, they called it like the Zero thing or something.
Looks like everything did go according to plan. Not that any other outcome was ever a possibility with my illustrious lord lending a hand.
That is incredibly ironic considering what happens.
So that showed up as a result of that phantasmal blaze plan of yours? And you're planning on spawning something like that over here too?
That we are. What you see before you is a miracle born of human hands, made manifest by the Zero Child. The end of the second movement is finally nigh.
And suddenly the tree is gone.
Let the preparations begin.
Well, I'll give it a few
This
days.
story's finale is bound to be one to remember.
So, considering it's that part of the Phantasmal Blaze plan, how big of a damper in their plans is the fact that the Crossbell police were able to take out the that creature inside the tree?
Guess it's almost time to wrap things up. Wonder if it'll go how she and Campanella wanted to, though.
Vita clearly knows everything. Oh yeah, I bet all the Anguists know everything. And probably Campanella too. The only question is, for the whole Azure tree, if they're planning on bringing one over the Crossbell, how exactly would they be planning on doing that? Would they use the first tree to make a second tree? Because that's the only way I could think of it happening, because it's all because of Kia.
Excuse us, Lord Rufus.
Kia's the only reason that tree was able to get there. And unless there's something similar here, which who knows, maybe there is. Yeah. I guess right now she clearly doesn't know that Crossbell Police Department is a little bit too strong.
General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardius. I had thought you were still on the Western Front. Might I ask what brings you here?
I don't think spawning tree is part of their plan. I don't know. Well, Vita just said that they're planning on spawning another tree over in Crossbell. I'd assume that she wouldn't have a reason to lie to everyone's faces, but who knows.
Do you even need to ask? First Ruhr, now Bereahard. The Eastern Front is collapsing as we speak. I see no reason for us to remain in the West any longer.
I wouldn't go quite that far, General. As long as the West remains well protected, Heimdall will not fall. As for Nortia and the elements which sided with Duke Alberea, they could always abandon their neutrality. The war is still ours for the winning. That hasn't changed.
I wouldn't say lie, just being incredibly vague. True.
An impressive analysis.
They're bringing another one over there. They're just not going to say how.
By the way, would you happen to know anything about that vast tree that's sprouted up in Crossbell?
I should have kept track of the number of times they mentioned Crossbell.
Is it even a tree to begin with?
In the last, 20 minutes.
I haven't viewed it from up close, but the pictures were like nothing I'd ever seen. It could be completely harmless, but it's likely causing Erebonians in the East no shortage of anxiety just by being there.
I quite agree, and that concerns me as well. Still, Duke Cayenne insists its appearance was planned. There should be nothing to fear.
Really now?
I was aware he was affiliating himself with some suspicious society of sorts. Could the two be related?
Yep.
What happens behind the scenes is of no concern to us, I suppose. We are warriors. We live to fight on the battlefield. So, dear Chief of Staff, who is our next opponent to be?
I'm glad we played Azure first coming to this game. Oh yeah, definitely worth it.
Getting right down to business, I see.
It feels good knowing what happens.
I'd like for the two of you to defend the capital. Your opponents are to be the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions, who will be advancing upon it within the next few days.
Oh, is that so?
What? So they're risking everything in an attempt to take back Heimdall?
That is what I predict will happen, yes. I think Craig the Red and One-Eyed Zex will prove to be enough entertainment for the two of you, wouldn't you agree? After all, only the best will do for the two strongest soldiers the Provincial Army has to offer.
All right, you win. You have my attention. prospect alone has my blood boiling in anticipation.
I concur. Very well. We shall do as you say. This is sure to be a clash for the ages.
Same time, under Valflame Palace. Hello, Senor Pepper. Cedric Reese Arner.
I had no idea all this existed right under the palace. Dukayan, can I ask
Pepper.
exactly where we're going?
There is no need to look so concerned, Your Highness. The place we are traveling to is to the center of this city. No, this country. And a place that governs a great power. It is where everything both ends and begins.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Please, be careful of your footing. If you were to fall off the platform, you most assuredly would go splat and die.
That's one way to describe what would happen.
Now, it won't do to frighten him. And I must say, I don't recall doing so ever being part of your duties.
Pardon me. I believe we're almost there.
It looks like pools of blood. Not very welcoming.
I've been waiting for you.
Vida Clotilde? The opera singer? What are you doing in a place like this?
Greetings, witch. I see that tree emerged successfully.
It certainly did. All that remains now is to continue the preparations here. However, let me remind you that under no circumstance...
If you would, spare me. You've made yourself perfectly clear on occasions past. And I am hardly enough of a fool to attempt to defy commands from a witch.
What are the two of you talking about? And why did you bring me here?
Patience, Your Highness. All will be clear in due time.
You are very clearly a sacrifice from the royal family. Seems like the very obvious conclusion.
Could this be it?
A divine knight.
What is that thing? What's this feeling?
What, is it trying to make him an awakener or something?
Marvelous! This is the legendary demon said to wield 1,000 weapons! The Crimson Calamity, which was sealed away by Saint Sandlot and Drykos 250 years ago, and a fragment of the great power! The Vermilion Testarossa!
So they sealed it away. More than likely, only a member of the royal family can unseal it. If that is true, that is one hell of a cliche. Night, Doble.
The Azure Tree? That's the name of the bizarre tree that appeared in Crossbell then?
Yeah, I found it out from the guild branch over there. Things still seem to be tense over in their direction. No one's really sure what it's for or what it can do. Don't think it'll have any direct effect on Erebonia, though.
Don't count
Well,
yourself
I suppose
short.
That's good news. sort of.
Still, people on this side of the country are understandably feeling uneasy about it.
Yeah, people have enough to worry about without a giant glowing tree sprouting up from out of nowhere.
Anyone would start feeling nervous at the sight of such a thing.
At least it should keep Calvert off our backs for a while, right? They're as clueless as we are on what that thing is, and they're not gonna risk an attack before they know for sure.
Exactly. In a sense, it's doing the same thing for us the barrier around Crossbell City did before it up and vanished. It's probably the best distraction Erebonia could ask for about now.
Oh, is that what your bracer instincts are telling you?
It doesn't take a bracer to think that, Eustace. If Calvert were to invade right now while the war's going on...
True. The situation we're under is plenty chaotic as it is.
All we can do right now is keep doing what we always have, and gather information. I'm sure we can do something to improve the situation here, but we don't know enough to decide what that something is.
I'm with Gaius. Let's just take a deep breath and do the best we can.
That's the best attitude to have right now, too. One thing we could do is keep looking around for other Thor students. We could always use more help, right?
We still need more Zemirian ore, too.
Oh, that's right. And there are still more spirit shrines left to explore as well.
Rito.
Strangely enough, our best course of action is to simply continue doing what we've always done, albeit with renewed dedication.
That works for me.
Sounds like you've got things covered in the east, which means that all that's left for me is to wish you good luck. Take care of them. Okay, Sarah?
What else would I do? And you take care of yourself, too. We wouldn't want anything to happen to you before you reunite with your dearest Carnelia, now would we?
Yeah. Would you just drop that already? Anyway, keep it up, guys. I'll be in touch.
Oh, there goes all my fun.
What was all that about?
Toval's girlfriend?
It did sound that way.
For further details, please consult a certain famous novel about a certain lovable scamp, now certainly available in all bookstores.
Poor Toval. Anyway, we should probably get to work. The best place to
Okay,
start
he
would
likely
be
has some
checking the
connection
latest
to the
request from
church.
Prince Oliver.
Missed opportunity. The trouble you help resolve here in the Gram has, shall we say, unresolved itself and continues to worsen. We believe the cause may again lie within Larngan Castle. As such, we'd ask your class to investigate it and see if you can resolve whatever the problem may be. Please contact us at the Gram Brazier Guild if you are able to assist us. Arts in Harmony. I want you to hold a concert to show the people of Celtic that not all is lost and help them start to heal. Would you be willing to aid me, Class 7? I'll wait for Elliot in particular. So, please come meet me in Celtic's Chapel. You can figure things out from there. Rosine. Canyon or Cantian? Do you remember the scenic views of Orcs Canyon? The days we spent there? Still in love? Wait, wrong letter. Anyway. Green, my good man, I've received a report of a dangerous monster in Orcs Canyon path. Could you be a dear and take care of it for me? Monster, Volsarion. Location? Orcs Canyon Path 3, East area, off the main road. Oliver.
There's a request from Rosine about Keldic.
Yeah, if we can, I'd love to help her out.
Me too. It's the least we can do after all the market manager did for us.
I'm in agreement. We should try and help her if time permits.
Klaus also has something in mind for us, it would seem. And that being said, I think it'd be best if I were to accompany you for the time being.
I'd like to come along too, especially since we have the spirit shrines to worry about. Of course, Celine will be coming with me. You'll need both of us to get through the shrines, after all.
That sounds fine by me. Thanks.
Whoops.
Alright then, let's go.
Definitely not possible to remove Laura from the party. Okay, so we're good at keeping Emma out of the party until later. Hey! Everyone's a minimum level 96 now, that's nice. So let's see... Oops. And last slot will go to Machias. Good old group. Let's see. Hey, stop. Don't do that. Okay, so now that we got the Gray Locket, let's put on someone that I don't want to worry about. Let's see. Let's go with her. It's funny how Toval has mentioned in the sky that Thurin takes 2 units for him to show up. Was he? I don't remember that. So he was mentioned in Trails as 3rd? Like, when exactly was that? Because I don't remember that. Because now we need to look it up for myself. Let's see. Where's a gladiator headband? He was mentioned in one of the books. Was he mentioned by name? Because honestly, I didn't read Carnelia. I didn't read any of the books in the first game. I need to go back and read them because they're pretty important. Because they'll most definitely be brought up at some point. Okay. Now for the fun part. We get to talk to literally everybody again. The most fun part of every Trails game because there's new dialogue. Is their tree thingy's pretty nuts, huh? They're picking up greetings from all over the east side of the country, even in places that are really far from Crossbell. You shouldn't have to worry about it too much. We'll stay focused on the shrines for now. Aye aye, Fee. That tree's really pretty though. I bet Idle would flip if she saw it. She'd probably try and figure out a way to grow it in one of her academy's flower beds. The Noble Alliance is really losing momentum here in the east. They're not wiped out just yet, but we should have enough leeway to explore the shrines without too much worry. Hopefully we don't know for how long. Really gotta get back to work. Yep, just stay alert. I know you have Laura and Emma with you, but come see me if you need me. You don't have to worry about too much while exploring the shrine. Don't worry to keep your head on a swivel though. Anyway, if you need me to come with you, just let me know. Cruisin' Provincial Army may have withdrawn from the war, but that doesn't mean we get to let our guard down yet. Especially after Rufus barged his way into our transmission range, like when we left the front door. If we left the front door open. I'll do whatever it takes to keep us out of contact with the Noble Alliance from now on. And I'm sure you won't hear a peep. You've proven your piloting skills time and time again at this point. I've got nothing but faith in you. Someone knows how to give a compliment. In that case, young Mr. Schwarzer, allow me the pleasure of ferrying you through the remaining spirit shrine's pace. Your Greatness is really purring now, obeying my every command too. I should be able to get you those leftover shrines in a blink. That tree thing sure is crazy. I wonder if Bridget can see it, wherever she is. Whew, I think I'm finally on top of all the inquiries coming in. But I can't believe how relaxed Vivi looks over there. You'd think she'd at least be a little stressed right now. I don't think that's a bad thing exactly. She does things at her own pace, but she's never let us down when it counts. Even if she does love screwing around most of the time. Ooh, what's that? Who loves screwing around, Reed? Oh my, I should have known, you naughty boy. Vivi, how many times do I have to tell you to not play with the ship's intercom? She must be trying to keep her sister from getting too gloomy. Or maybe she's just screwing with me. I can't believe her. I'll have to yell at her again before she runs up in real trouble. Still, I can't deny it's kind of nice having someone who's so cheerful around when I'm feeling anything but. The Azure Tree's appearance is definitely spooky, but we can't let it stop us from doing what we have to. We need to recenter our efforts on the spirit shrines and gather up all the students that were waiting out there. And if we're lucky, that'll help soothe the minds of some of the Erebonians who are freaking out about it too. In other words, let's just keep on doing what we do best. No one helps you now is keep doing what we do best. With any luck, we'll help alleviate some of the stress around the Azure Tree's appearance too. Downstairs we go. Into the depths of dialogue. I understand Toval's point about that tree's appearance being more of a help than a hindrance to Erebonia, but it doesn't seem far too convenient for it to appear just as a threat of invasion from Calvard began to loom. Strange as it is, I think it really is just a coincidence. But let's just leave Crossbell's problems to Crossbell. We should focus on doing what we can for the people here in Erebonia. That tree sprung up out of the blue, literally. Who could say whether it could disappear just as suddenly, which it will. You do have a point. I wish you the best of luck with gathering the Zumerian ore. It may not seem like it now, but doing that is an important step in securing a peaceful future for Erebonia. I can't deny it. I'm looking forward to seeing what form the finished blade takes. Just imagining the towering Valimar striking the same pose you do with your sword makes me excited. Well, here's hoping we can look cool enough to live up to the princess's expectations. Whoosh. That tree's anything to go by. Must be wild. Things must be wild over in Crossbow right now. We're going to have to brace ourselves. Things might get even worse over here. But I guess it's a waste of energy to worry now. We just have to gather up more crew members in case they do. Wait a minute. Isn't Theresa in Berehard? I might be able to convince her to come with us now that Emily's here. Well, we set Berehard free. But where's Theresa? I mean, she's gotta be somewhere in the city, right? But where, man? Where? Damn it, I just can't focus. The more I think about Bridget, the more nervous I get. This ring gonna be completely useless. Alan's gotta clear his mind, but no matter how hard I push him, he just can't. At least he sees what he needs to do, and he's growing as a person, if not a swordsman. Alan's gotta clear his mind. Yep. Dialogue. What's this I hear about the request that the Wind Orchestra can help with? I guess we had all our members. Not sure how much of an orchestra we are when we're missing pieces. I won't pass up the try just to help. No, just let us know. Let's see. Shops and yeah. Let's see. Got a few people here. Let's see if anyone's on deck. Hey! The Azure Tree's scary, but there's really nothing more we can do about it right now. We've got our own problems to take care of right now. Though I'd like to keep helping out Celtic however I can too. I wonder. Okay, so it doesn't look like they actually added it to the world map. It would be cool if you could actually see it in the distance. But, nah. The violent winds over in eastern Erebonia are beginning to calm. It feels as though momentary peace just before a greater storm. What can we do in that face of that storm? I guess I'll have to figure that out before it's upon us. It's like Erebonia is in the middle of of the calm before a great storm, or a great battle maybe. But we can see it coming, so we should take the time to figure out what we can do about it. Let me know if there's anything more I can do to help out Keldek. I'll do anything I can. Well, we gotta bring you along for that mission in Keldek, so we'll see. You'll get used eventually. I managed to tune into Radio Trista earlier, just for a little bit. They're broadcasting some news program that replaced Avon Time, and sound quality was abysmal, but you know what? They actually talked about the Courageous. Are you serious? With Trista under Alliance control, I would have thought the station would be too. I guess they're trying to get little bits out of real news every so often, even with whatever restrictions are on them. Yeah, I guess they're not rolling over and becoming an Alliance mouthpiece just because they lost Misty. This is no time to get all depressed. You need to exhibit the same sort of fortitude they are and help people. Even without Misty, it's nice to see Radio Trista struggling on. They're still fighting. If they're still fighting, I can too. I don't have time to get depressed. Alright. How'd it go? Only the consolation prize. That's getting good spies are supposed to be low, right? Tons of people get these. That is a pretty decent prize, I'll take it. Still find it funny how I won the platinum prize on my first try. Really funny. Now that Father's been dealt with, you shouldn't have to worry about Brayheart, at least for a while at least. I still need to give some thought as to what ought to be done here after the war, though. Right. This may sound strange coming from me, but don't overthink it. Put it out of your mind and just focus on the task at hand. Don't lose sight of the present just by focusing too much on the past or on the future. I know. I don't need you to tell me that. Having Father arrested is a burden off my shoulders, if nothing else. Now all we can do is keep moving ahead. I'll say no more then. Seeing you all quiet and contemplative like this is just strange. Spear me your cheek. Well, it looks like Eustace is going to be just fine. Magus is right though. You have to focus on the present. It's not going to be easy, but we need to work together and gather up the remaining Zumerian ore. If I can help with that, tell me. I'll do whatever it takes to help you beat Crow. I'll need to start thinking about the future of Brayheart eventually. But right now, the war is a more pressing matter, as is overcoming my brother. As long as you stand with me, however, the blade will never again falter. So please, continue to lend me your aid. Okay, new dialogue. The most immediate concern is gathering ore from the spirit shrines. If you need my assistance, feel free to ask. The trials housed within will be nothing compared to tackling my own hesitations. And if the bosses are just as easy as the first one, yeah. Seem to be doing a great job running the shop, especially without any prior experience in running one. I was glad to hear your home over in the West seems to be alright too. I've got every reason to think so anyway. It seems I've been lucky enough to avoid getting caught up in the war. No guarantees it'll stay that way, so I sometimes worry. But I can handle it. I'm still concerned about my hometown too, so I know how you feel. Still, now that we're here, we need to focus on our work. Wouldn't want that to be the weak link in the chain, you know? I want my family to be proud of what I accomplished during the war. I'm sure you feel the same. Definitely. Character notebook updated. I'll be heading back to the bridge in a minute. I just want to check up on Casper. Don't worry, I've already got our routes to the spirit shrines locked down. Things settling down in the Kreutzen and Nordia provinces, we shouldn't have any trouble getting close. Here's hoping the Zumerian ore gathering goes off without a hitch. I know that your class is way harder than the rest of us, so stick with it. And if you need help, don't forget we second years always have your backs. Klein's right. I need to focus on doing my job on the Courageous to the best of my ability for now. That's the best way to reunite with my family sooner and the best way to make them proud. Got any new weapons? Yes you do, but I can't afford any of them because I am poor as shit. With Brayheart freshly liberated, you can feel how our war situation has changed over the past few weeks. Obviously, a big part of that is due to the amazing stuff you've done with your class. I guess I might have helped a little too. I suppose I just need to keep on doing what I'm doing. Whoops. You guys really changed the country for the better. I'd like to flatter myself and say I helped out with that too a little bit. I'm going to try to keep that up. Also, do I have more superb dishes? Yes, I do. Okay, didn't I get a new recipe? I did. Got a fruit parfait.
I've got this.
I could certainly use the practice. That could...
Let's see. Okay. Somebody already had the divine gelato to sell, I guess. Cheers for everything, you lot. Liz, just wanted to change what happened to Celtic, but Otto should be able to rest in peace now. Now we just need to focus on dealing with everything we can from here on out, too. Alright, that's enough sentimentality for a lifetime. Making back to action starting now. Not a time to be sentimental when you got stuff to do today. Get ready, troops. Goes back to action. Yes! Let me congratulate you on your incredible work over at Orc Sport. It's really masterful stuff. Becky isn't over what happened, obviously, but she's trying to act like it. I suppose it's a good sign she still has the energy. Still, with Greyheart liberated, you know the Alliance will be doubling down to make sure you don't lose anywhere else. Meanwhile, studying over what might be going down in our head branch in Heimdallr. I always have to believe in Blythe. That's the most logical thing to do, and in times like these, keeping your head screwed on straight is a must. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some trouble rooting on our capital office, but that's a matter for Blythe. It's not logical to worry about things you can't control in a war like this. Logic is our best and only friend. Life for people in Croydon Province should begin to improve now it's been removed from the war. A pale imitation of my father, but I hope I can do him proud. Hope I did him proud. I don't intend to hang up my sword yet, though. I still want to join you as you explore the remaining spirit shrines. Oh. I intend to join you as you explore the remaining spirit shrines. That said, I am concerned about the request we received from the Graham. Yeah, the fog coming back isn't a good sign for anything. Yep, still no tree in the distance. Alright, let's head to the hold first. Because I know we're exactly where we're going to end the stream for tonight. If you can get crystals about the same size as the first one from each of the forest shrines, you'll be in business. Good luck with the whole trial part of your ore gathering. Once you finish all those, it'll be time for me to flex my engineering muscles. You can get the same exact item. Oh, almost. Which means I better get ready to welcome Professor Schmidt aboard. You're really selling that whole sword thing, right? Damn. Oh, wait. Shop. Okay. No new master quartz. That is actually a little bit disappointing. Okay, now I can at least buy a few weapons for people. I know Reen definitely needs one. Let's see. I don't think I need to worry about that right now. Let's see. Shield Orb 3 and Speed Orb 2. I could actually buy all the orbs right now. We'll hang on to the U material for now. Sure, I'm not going to have a fight with another giant robot soon. I see useless man to sell things with his dad. Guess he's got more guts than I gave him credit for. Maybe I had him a bit wrong. Not that showing some spine makes up for his terrible cocky attitude. He's still pretty bad. He's just my rival in the riding club. There's no way I'm gonna let him outdo me. That's why I gotta keep up the hard work and get better and better. This piece is almost complete, which means it's time for me to start thinking about my next one. Sure there's no spare Zoomerian ore for me to work with, right? Positive. Just like I was the last 100 times you asked. Thought I made something amazing with it, but oh well. Guess I'll just focus on finishing this one for now. Hey Valimar, what do you have to say? Reinforcing it with Zoomerian ore allowed even a simple steel blade to gain immense power. This is likely due to the ore amplifying the mana within you. Should you create an armament made solely from high purity Zoomerian ore, its power would be greater still. Yeah, I'll bet. And with that power comes the ability to protect far more than I ever could before. It's all the motivation I need to bring back more ore. I await you successfully overcoming the Spirit Shrine trials. Armaments made from pure Zoomerian ore will be able to exhibit spectacular power. I await you overcoming the Spirit Shrine trials, Awakener. Is this the first time that they mention that Zoomerian ore amplifies the user's mana? Because I feel like it is. Because before I just thought like Zoomerian ore is just a really strong metal. Oh, when will we be able to go home to Trista? We even liberated Bereahard now. Surely it can't be much longer before we plan on heading over there. I know how you feel, but it's too risky right now. Just hang in there a little while longer, Margarita. Must I? The weight is killing me. My desire to be reunited with my Vincent burns hotter by the day. If I have to wait much longer, I fear it will grow too great for me to control. All of a sudden, I feel incredibly motivated to get back to Trista. When will we be able to go home to Trista? If I have to wait any longer, I fear I may be consumed by this fiery longing that burns into my pure maiden's heart. Okay. The Crossbow Guild branch is pretty well staffed with high-ranking bracers, but they might have their work cut out for them this time. That Azure Tree looks like it's going to be a dangerous place for even fighters of their caliber. From what I hear, they got some good connections with the city's law enforcement branch they can count on to help, though. Law enforcement, huh? Yep. Over in Crossbow, they have a police force set up to handle stuff instead of the provincial armies and such. A couple of people from the police have made a real name for themselves in the past year and helped the guild out a lot. Anyway, right now, let's let the folks in Crossbow worry about themselves. You got your own work to take care of. I suppose you're right. We still haven't finished our push into the Spirit Shrines for one. Those people she mentioned sound interesting. I'd like the chance to meet them someday. One of the nice things about all the developments over in Eastern Erebonia is that there aren't many Jaegers operating in this side of the country anymore. I doubt we'll have another run-in with the Northern Jaegers either. Anyway, just focus on what you can for now. I'll give you a hand whenever I can. Now that everything in Bereahard has been resolved, we can finally get back to gathering Zoomerian ore. Although that tree over in Crossbell isn't exactly putting my mind at ease. Yeah, still, that's a ways away. All we can do is focus on things here in Erebonia for now. We have to. That's right. If we can gather ore from the rest of the shrines, we should have enough to make Valimar's Tachi. I can't imagine the trials are about to get any easier though. Even if they don't, I'm sure we'll be able to handle them. Especially with you on our side. We're counting on you. Thanks. That Azure Tree is pretty weird. But like you said, it's not our problem. Let's just get this fetch quest done before we start worrying about it. Don't be self-aware like that. Nobody likes fetch quests all that much. But at least it's not an escort quest, which they completely phased out in this game. There's nothing we can do but keep working through the remaining shrines. I'll help you with them in whatever capacity I can. There's nothing we can do now but keep working through the remaining shrines. I'll help you in whatever capacity I can. My brother's been in Crossbow for a pretty long time now, so it is his brother who took over the fishing guild in Crossbow. Some of the people he went over there with have come back to Lakewood Company, but he's still out there. At least that's what we assume. Nobody's been able to get in touch with him since the war broke out. Just be really worried, especially with that tree showing up out of nowhere. Nah, not really. He's tougher than you might think. I mean, he is gonna inherit the company and all. Still, I wouldn't be surprised if he's made a home out of some lakeside cabin and is just fishing through the war. You two sound like brothers, alright. Pretty sure my brother is just chilling in Crossbell and fishing himself silly. Apparently say I'm worried about him. I do wonder what he's going to do about Annabelle, though. I mean, they are supposed to get married and everything. I only have 5 angler points. Nice. With all the traveling you're doing, you're gonna need to make sure you got enough food to keep your strength up. Perhaps you could try one of the energizing cookies Margarita baked the other day. She said they're full of burning love and will make you so vivacious that you can't even sleep at night. I'm good, thanks. I don't want to know what she put in there to achieve that. I don't know what she put in there to achieve that effect, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to. Can't do anything without energy, and you need to eat to get it. So with all the traveling you're doing, you have to make sure you eat right. Alright. That azure tree is quite the mind-boggling phenomenon, if I do say so myself. This nation has a richer store of ancient legends than most others on that continent, but none say anything about that tree. I find myself wondering if it has some relation to an artifact or even one of the Septarians. Whatever it is, it's spectacular enough to send my curiosity to blazing into overdrive. I simply have to know more. Well, you're pretty dead on the money about being related to Septarians. I'd love to investigate the azure tree from up close to see what I can learn about it. The more I think about it, the more I want to unravel its mysteries. I thought I could turn my skillful pen towards an essay about my experiences during the war. It's not really working though. I don't think I've ever had writer's block this bad before. Well, you're not exactly an essayist, right? If stories are your forte, why not stick to what you're good at? It's not like a dry old essay is the only way to tell people about life during the Civil War. Now that's an idea. I'll start brainstorming. Maybe I'll even be able to find a way to slip some handsome young men into it. Yeah, that'll really drive the whole original message we're shooting for home. Fidelio does have a point. As long as there's a message to be conveyed, it doesn't matter how you get it out. People will hear it. Oh, now my head's bursting with all sorts of unspeakable ideas. I am so afraid right now. Oh. As long as you got a message to get across, it doesn't matter how you do it. People will look under the rug to find it. Which means there's no reason not to let my every fantasy spill forth from my pen. I'm free. I'm finally free. Ooh, curry. Let's see.
Well, if I must.
We got a failed recipe and like 3 people who might have the unique one.
I suppose that will do.
No.
Well, if I must.
You are supposed to fail!
What in Adios' name is this?
I've got this. And done!
No.
I've got this.
At least I have plenty of ingredients.
I could certainly use the practice. I'm proud of this one.
Here we go. Awesome. So I need to find who has the unique fruit parfait, though. I'm sure there are plenty of ways to show people the truth of this war. You're only limited by your imagination. As for me, I'm going to keep trying to do so with my camera, just as Dorothy, a writer, was Hartford. Oh, my words. Sure, there are plenty of ways to show people the truth of this war. You're only limited by your imagination. Oh, okay, same exact dialogue. I'm very bad at noticing that. Also... Oh, hey! We have lore here. Didn't even think that there was actual readable books here, but hey, wrong. They even have the recommended reading corner. Really? They actually have all the issues of the issues here. Huh. I wonder. Okay. Oh, hey! Current events and politics. Phantom Thief B, of course, is in there. Alright. That's enough browsing the books. I can read them later on my own time. That'd be a lot of reading. Some data for me, take a look. Speed it up. George asked if I could analyze some Sumerian ore for him, but I don't really fancy my chances of finding anything new. At least I haven't so far. It's fascinating though, like nothing I've ever seen before. Well, that tree thing is looking pretty nuts. I should keep the Republic busy for a while, but that doesn't mean all of our problems are solved. And with Calvardo in the picture, I feel like this war is just about ready to hit its peak. But let's try to ignore that for now and find ourselves some Sumerian ore. Let's leave the war to Claire and the army for now. We got ore to collect. How won't this queue reach the bomb? Alright. Time to play the random number generator game. Let's see, I believe it's like 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No reason to try too hard. Right? I'm just gonna write down the numbers that I get as I roll. 2, 7, 6, 2 again. 4, 3. Figured to just speed it up. Honestly, more because I'm tired.
Then let us begin our duel.
I dropped the notepad!
Please, draw a card. Then I'll make the first move. I didn't expect that. We're evenly matched. Let's redraw. Then I'll Divine Bolt!
No!
Mirror! Mirror! I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. I admit defeat. Well done.
Hey! Okay. Next up is number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back.
I'm not gonna hold back.
Yep. Once I'm done with this, so I'll end the stream.
Well then, go ahead and draw. You're up first.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, so I think that it's a good place to stop.
We're even. We'll have to redraw. All right. I'm going first. Force!
But why, though?
Ah, crap. Bolt!
I wonder.
Mirror!
Payback.
Now you've done it. blast!
Alright.
Crap. It's mostly luck anyway.
It most definitely is mostly luck. Mostly luck and a tiny bit of strategy. Next up is number 6.
Go easy on me, okay? Okay, let's draw. Looks like you're up first. Oh, didn't see that coming.
Cool.
Oh, didn't see that coming. Really? You're playing that now? Bolt! Bolt!
Ooh.
I win!
Played till the end, but I didn't have the right hand. Next up is number 4.
Let the battle begin.
And then one more. Get our 3 bonding points
We
for
draw
this.
here, right? I'm first.
And it's fun to at least try to win. I could just, like, throw all the cards and immediately lose. What's the fun in that?
Mirror!
Oh no, mirror? Let's see.
Time to go boom!
Okie dokie.
Crap. Take this!
I win.
Crap.
Unless you have mirror.
Oh.
Although you can't play it, it's
Guess
your
I
last card.
lost.
Guess I'll let you have that one. Sure.
Promise you'll go easy on me?
Alright, this is the last one, and we're good for this.
Shall we draw?
I'm going first then. Allow me to power up a little.
Oh no! This could be trouble. I'm going to use a bolt card.
Fine with me.
Oh, we have the same score. Let's draw again. And the first move is all yours, Reen.
Shit.
I'm going to use a bolt card. Sorry, I'm gonna have to use a blast card.
No, I only have 1 card left. No!
Well, how about that? I win.
Damn it! Little fun, though. Little fun. Alright. And next time, we'll start talking to literally every single individual person on the western side. Or is it western or eastern? The eastern side of Erebonia. Gonna be a ton of fun. But anyway, have a good night, and I will see you whenever next time ends up being.